Now we got some volunteers. How about I will pick a table. The table decides who's coming up. Each table can use their own methods for choosing, whether it's rock, paper, scissors, whether it's highest, lowest grade, whether it's... You guys decide between yourselves. Let's start with table 5. No, 1, 2, 3, yeah, 5. Wait, you guys were already supposed to have figured this out. You can do that. Sure. Absolutely okay. Okay, on question 5. Correct. Today we're going all the way. Today we're going to go all the way. If we have time. Otherwise, they are solved in the notes that I posted. Okay, on question 5, we are going to be trying to take the derivative of that whole thing. And then at the end of the problem, when we're done, it should say y prime equals something. Now what is this? I heard, can we all go up? And I said, sure.
I didn't say sure.
Wow. I would feel hurt by that. Yes?
It doesn't say you're solving x, y.
I believe up at the very top it says find y prime or dy dx. Okay, so we have, wait, what is that? What's dy dx? Are you trying to write that you are taking the derivative?
Yeah.
Or are you just randomly writing dy dx?
No, we're writing that we're taking it.
Okay, so if you're writing that you're taking the derivative, you can't write the derivative next to it. Because writing d dx,
Oh, you have to write the equation.
d dx would mean that you haven't done the derivative yet, you are going to.
So how do you write you're taking it? Yeah, you don't.
So it would be d dx actually instead of dy dx.
Oh.
And then you would write it next to the original problem.
Okay, so
Now, it's fine with me if you want to just erase dy dx. Okay, so you were just okay. I'll be honest, for having all of you come up, only one person has done anything. Are you guys just trying to abandon Trishna up here?
No, she's helping me. She's talking to the right.
Oh, okay. I can't hear it, my bad.
Wait, now what do we do? I'm just.
Wait, how do we even know you're right?
I don't think you can. Oh, because it's what? What did you do?
You're just flying through the problem, but we haven't even figured out if you're right. Oh. I think before we go too far, we should try to decide if your derivative line is correct. No. Whoa, your own group said no? Oh, okay. I was going to say, holy cow. We got, I'm not positive what happened. There we are. Okay. Oh, shoot, my bad. Adam, what part of that did you think was not correct? Oh, my goodness. Oh, what the heck? What part of that did you think was not correct? So chain rule, I'm assuming you mean where y prime is written. Okay? So negative sign, same angle is correct. And then this portion should be the derivative of x times y, which needs product rule. Yep. Okay, so we will erase this part, and I'll try to give you some more room here, because otherwise that would be rough. Or not. Oh, sure, why not? Because it's not going well for me trying to use the mouse either. I'll let you do whatever. Computer's not working great. Yeah, so you actually, the rest of the derivative was very good. The only part that was off a little bit was the chain rule. So parentheses. Yeah, the purple means is not actually there. The computer's just kind of starting to crash. It's a good day. This is where I wish I had my old smartboard back. You can't, just keep writing. Yeah, the purple tells me that the smartboard is crashing. Okay, now your product rule is correct, but the way it's put up here is not. So whoa, I have no idea what was going on there. Put a bracket around the two parentheses you did. Yep, there you go. Because, yeah, then that way the entire chain rule is multiplied. 3y prime. Perfect. You did very good. Oh my goodness, I don't know what is. You did a very good job under high stress situation. That was very good. Thank you. Okay.
Could you do like sine x times y, like that way?
Yes.
Or does it have to be x, y?
Would it be sine x and then y?
Like I did like product.
If you want to pause, I'm not listening to anything you're saying.
So instead of like being cosine x, y, it could be like cosine x times y and then product of that.
Nope. Okay. I don't know if you heard the question or if I understood it correctly, but it kind of sounded like you wanted to split up the angle before you did derivative.
Like do like
The only
sine
way
x times y.
The only way an angle can be altered is if you use like the sum of two angles identity, or half angle identities, double angle identities. Those are the only ways you can actually change the way an angle looks.
So you think don't do that.
So correct. And for anything derivative purposes, be way worse. So you want to leave the problem the way it is right here. It actually looks like a relatively innocent problem. This is probably the most difficult chain rule question you're going to get. And that's because the derivative isn't terrible. What's terrible is we have to solve for y prime. And so this is going to get even worse, depending on which table you guys pick. So any number 1 through 9 but 5, unless you want to pick your own table again. Table 2. And I can give you some instruction if you guys need it, want it. Okay, you guys were already supposed to have decided who's coming up. That's what we did at the start. And now you guys, I'll go up. I am absolutely okay with that. That probably feels like a safer option, right? Yeah. Okay. So here's why this problem is semi-difficult. Can we stop talking occasionally? Thanks. We are trying to solve for y prime. Well, the y prime on the far right, easy to separate and get all alone by itself. The y prime inside this bracket is not easy to separate and move to the other side. Because if we're trying to solve for something, we have to get all of the terms that have that thing on one side. So currently, I'll try to color code this to see if it helps. You've got an item on the outside times two terms on the inside. For us to get to this term, you are going to have to multiply the sign to both of those inside terms so that there is no longer a bracket or a parentheses. That's what your group is going to do. How do we distribute out negative sign of xy to that info? Amani is very thankful that you made her the marker holder. And you can consult with your team, like they don't have to just stare at you. Max, that was not a big help. Not a big help. You didn't even waste any time at all on that too.
Can you like just distribute it in like
That's all we're trying to do.
negative x y prime sine x
Perfect,
y?
perfect.
Okay. Wait, what? Here.
So I tried color coding it up there so that you guys understand we're basically taking the red thing times each of the green things. I mean, there's one term on the outside, two terms on the inside. And so when you distribute it out, it's going to be red-green plus red-green. It doesn't matter how big and ugly it looks. Distributing still works the same. Yeah, that's perfect. Good. Very good. If you're you don't need my permission to sit down. You guys look at me like I'm not going to let you go. Very good. I'm assuming you want me to leave that up there for a second so you can try to translate it with your brain. I'll answer any questions you got on it.
On the negative x, y, is that to the prime, the squiggly line?
Yeah, that symbol is a prime. The whiteboard is not working great, and it does not always do what you want it to do. This looks like there's a prime, but it's not supposed to be a prime.
That looks.
Oh, that's the one you were asking about?
No, I was just confused about the two primes.
Oh, this one is not a prime. I think that one the marker just skipped. So I'm assuming by now you guys will know that this answer is not going to come out very good. And that's okay. A lot of our answers are going to come out garbage-like. The goal is to be able to get the answer. That's kind of what makes this more of a complex processing class for your brain, is you have to take something complicated and look at it as if it's just simple things, like red times green plus red times green. Okay, did you guys decide what table is going to go next? 1 through 9. 6?
Is that Wait, how are we?
8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, does it matter that you're table 6?
Oh, did she say 6?
Yeah. Yeah. You guys can do that if you want it. I told you guys to kind of decide as a group how you want to do this. One person can go up, 2 people go up, the whole table can go up, I don't care. Okay, would you like me to try to color code it to help out as well? I think somebody's jacket swiped it.
Oh, that's probably mine.
Oh, well, pretend you don't see that. I don't know why that even popped up. Okay, so we have one term right here minus a second term equals 2 individual smaller terms. Our goal is that we move any terms that have a y prime to one side and any terms that do not have a y prime to the other. Because if we're solving for y prime, that's how we do it. So that's what your group is kind of in charge of, is how do we rewrite this so that y primes are on the same side? And it doesn't matter which side they're on. It doesn't matter which side you move things to. In an effort to save, well, a lot of space, why did you do all the steps at once? I don't know if that's possible. Like, so instead of you rewriting the whole deal and then on the next line subtracting 1, because that's what it looks to me like you're doing. So it looks like you are moving the terms that do not have y prime to the left. Bless you. So -1 equals, oh, okay. Yep, sure, that works.
Is that not what you were talking about?
Yep.
I did it wrong.
So 3y prime, I interrupted you in the middle, so it kind of got thrown off. Yeah. Okay, so it's 3y prime plus, yep, perfect. Ideally, you guys should be doing this yourself as well. Like, you should be good enough at moving things left and right across an equation that you don't have to write a new line each time, because otherwise you'll never have enough paper to do a problem. So this is correct. I don't know if you need me to stretch it out or write it differently, but this is correct. We've got the 2 terms on the left do not have y prime. 2 terms on the right do have y prime. Next group, they are going to be in charge of solving for y prime, I guess would be the easiest way to say it. Like, basically finishing the last of the problem. And we can give some guidance if they need it. What table's going? What? 7? Back there. There's nothing wrong with that. That's always a good, safe option. Okay, I can scroll down if that helps. So, do you remember what we did yesterday to try to solve for y prime? What do you have to do if 2 terms have y prime, but you're trying to solve for it? How do you get y prime? Good. So you have to factor out y prime to be able to solve for it.
Okay.
Yep. Good. No matter how terrible this question looks, you're just doing the correct steps. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And then what would be the last step to solve for y prime?
Divide.
Correct. So in an effort to save space and everything, just write divided by that whole deal, and then we'll erase the parentheses on the right. What? No, oh, sorry. That was definitely very literal. I did not mean that. Yep, we are not doing that. You were not wrong, but not right. Mm-hmm. I can't remember who did that on the test. Somebody did that on a test where it said, is there a time that this has a certain answer? And somebody just said, yes, there is. I like that answer. That's pretty much what okay, so actually divide by it. Since this is our example question in the note, oh, yeah, okay, that's fine. Since this is our example in the notes, we can't, like, shortcut it. Say what? Oh, somebody asked me something? Okay. Oh, that's plus. I thought this said 3x plus. So this is 3 plus x sine xy?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. Very good job. Okay.
What do you do after that?
Nothing.
That's the answer?
That's the derivative.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, I told you it would be.
I thought the answer would be y prime
It is y prime. So some derivatives are nice and simple, like some derivatives are 3x squared. This derivative is not simple. That's the derivative. Here's the worst part. If this is a multiple choice question, there is a crazy amount of ways that this can be written differently. The main thing that will happen is notice how both of our terms on the top are minus. I would almost bet that a minus would be factored out and written in front of the fraction, and then both terms on the top would be positive. So a multiple choice answer, you have to be able to distinguish between your answer and the correct multiple choice. Same on the test. Our test on Monday will have quite a few multiple choice.
And we get 2 minutes a question.
No, you get the hour.
No, I mean,
On the AP test. Yep. By the time you get to the AP test, these should be simple enough that you'll be able to do them really quick. Like, derivative of x cubed, you can do it now without even thinking about it, where when we first learned it, you had to pause to think about how to do the power rule. Every one of these topics will be similar, that the more you do them, the more automatic they become. How are we feeling about this? Are you guys at a stage where you don't even know what to ask? Or I tried to take it step by step enough that the explanation worked. Okay, we've got 10 minutes left. Here's what I would love to do. I want you guys to try question 6. And then I will put the answer up for 6 in a couple minutes to see how you compare. Find y prime for number 6. Yes, please. Just want to point out that you guys were not sitting by each other, I don't think, in the seating chart. You went by each other.
Can you separate it by right?
That is a great question.
But like, it kind of messes up everything.
What part of try this on your own?
So I don't do it all.
No. There are 2 ways to start this question. There are 2 ways to start this question correctly. I don't want to guide you. I wanted you to try this. Even if you fail, then we can figure out where the errors are made. Are you asking what you did right or wrong?
No,
Okay.
I'm just for this.
Oh, this
one,
last round.
Yeah, so I understand like that's the derivative of that and then the derivative inside, but what was the y times
This is the product rule of x times y.
this one right here?
So first derivative of second plus second derivative of first.
So first of just the x times y, right?
Correct.
And then this is the same thing.
That's the second half of the product rule.
So I was doing the derivative of
The product rule is f g prime plus g f prime.
yeah.
That's what these pieces are.
Wait, is 1 over x the derivative of ln or the derivative of ln?
Oh, good question. Try it. You got erasers?
Of course I do, but I want to get it right the first time.
Yeah, most people do. You also are never going to learn from errors if you don't make errors. And you're purposely trying to set it up so that you don't make errors.
Well, that's where it is on the test.
It's not the way you get ready for a test. That method would only work if you could ask questions during the test. If you remembered to separate it into ln of x plus ln of y, that makes this question 10 times easier. I'm assuming most people did not, so I'll do it the hard way. But I'm just telling you right now, it's 10 times easier if you separate it from the start. No. A little patience you guys have. It's not like it's horrible, but separating it makes solving for y prime much quicker. If you distribute it out 1 over xy, that's fine. I'm not going to do that because that's the worst option.
Oh, it's multiple. Okay.
I just forgot to make it y prime.
Actually, I probably got enough time to show both ways.
This is 4 steps. How's the harder way?
These two answers are equivalent, even though they look drastically different. Basically, if I multiplied out the y and then common denominator, they'd be the same.
So for the red, you said you didn't want to distribute the 1 over xy.
You can.
But what did you do instead?
I multiplied both sides by xy. So then that canceled that whole portion.
Is the derivative of cosine negative sign? So let's say xy with u.
Say again?
Let's say xy with u. Would the derivative of ln just be 1 over u?
The derivative of ln of u is 1 over u times u prime. There is no ln in the derivative of natural log. That's what's kind of weird. I know that's what you were trying to answer before. Both those answers are correct. My guess is the red one would be the one that would be multiple choice answered. But again, it's whoever writes a multiple choice question is whoever gets to decide how it's written. Go ahead and ask. I can kind of hear something.
Where's the plus y come from in the right? At the very top.
Right there?
Yeah.
I had to do the product rule on xy. So first derivative of second plus second derivative of first. So the derivative of x is just the 1. Yeah, it's not like a super easy topic, but today is only Wednesday. We have 2 more days this week to still try these. The important thing is you guys are going to try these questions at home. Like, you can't just wait until class comes to watch a couple examples. They take too long. You need to try some of these at home tonight. Now, if you guys want just random practice questions that are not from the packet, you either A, can go on the textbook, or B, Khan Academy has a ton of good practice questions. Like that year we had to do distance learning from COVID. We used Khan Academy the entire year, and it worked out fine for us to teach the class. So Khan Academy has plenty of things for free. You automatically log in when you go in there in your Chromebook. Just go to the chain rule section, and they have, implicit derivative questions. You can certainly try them. Otherwise, obviously the packet has the questions and the homework. So try whatever you can.